Before we started this project, which is a joint project with the University of Nairobi, MIT, and a small firm called GroupShot, people in Nairobi had to get information by asking people. They might know their bus route, obviously to get to work or the places they know, but if they needed to go somewhere else, it was hard always to navigate. One of the reasons we did this project, though, is that we were seeing many infrastructure projects like highways being developed without planning for the majority of people who are transit users. In Nairobi, like in Cairo, the majority of people use some form of public transport, and the poorest walk. And also the bus stops that people use every day were not being designed for. So we thought by building this data, using cell phones and students from the University of Nairobi to help us map out all the routes, we could give useful information to the citizens of Nairobi to help them navigate and find efficient ways to get to where they need to be. But we could also put the system on a map and show that if you were building a road somewhere or improving a road, that these are bus stops, these are places that people need facilities to be able to safely access the public transport that makes the city work. We were successful in creating that data, and it is now up on Google Maps, and it appears that people are using that, those who have cell phones. And we are starting a relationship with Google to keep that data updated, which suggests that people are using it. And other people are using it as well for many different reasons, for planning, and so the data continues, which is open and available for people to be used in the service of improving planning in Nairobi and focusing on public transport, which we know we need to do. Part of the next step for us is we are starting a very exciting partnership with Transport for Cairo to see how some of the tools and ways that we've been doing this mapping might be applied in a much more complex city with a lot more challenges in terms of having many different modes. It's a big city. So we would like to understand how we can spread some of this mapping. We would also like to build more and more data onto this that people need and can use. Like, we should be able to get more real-time information because people, whether in Nairobi or Cairo or New York, they don't like to wait for transit. And if we can give them more information so they know, I have a 20-minute wait, I'll get a cup of coffee, I'll do some shopping, I'm being efficient with my time. So even if you don't improve the whole system, you're improving the way people can interact with it. We would like to see more support to keep these kinds of efforts going and also map new modes like cycling, or even being able to map the majority of the walkways and figure out how to improve them in order to make our cities better and also address climate, our global climate problem, our public health problems with pollution. We need to be able to shift our investments into what will ultimately be a better city for everybody based on having access to many different modes as opposed to being forced into one or the other, and cleaner and healthier modes. So this is part of our advocacy, and we're very excited to be part of broader networks and to be collaborating in Cairo to see how we can help each other out to improve our cities and our planet in that way.